so produce that All right, my friends, there we go. Hi, how are you doing? Thanks for joining. Sorry, I'm a little bit late today. I hope you're having a nice time. And today I want to check out some AI films with you. Watch them together and yeah, just see what amazing things that people are doing. Maybe afterwards we can also try some things for ourselves. By the way, I can't see the chat right now, so give me a second here. Because I changed my screen so we can watch the videos full screen, and that means I have a little bit of a limited view right now. I have to put it over here on the second screen, but anyways. Which tool would I use for fictional characters? Movement to fictional characters? I think most tools right now only have like 5 seconds. Even like Aleph is only 5 seconds. Aleph is pretty good though for transmitting the movement. With Van, I actually don't know, to be honest. Hi Dalriek, how are you doing? Thanks for joining. Hi Carlos, thanks for joining. So for local, I don't know. For online, I think Runway right now with Aleph is very, very good about that. Yeah, I think that's probably the best one, right? Have you covered Fast 1 2.2 yet? Nope, I did not. No, but I will note that down 1 second. Where's my... There. No, I don't want to do that. 1 second. Let me take the note-taking tool. There we go. Let's save that. I will check that out tomorrow for sure. There we go. Okay, cancel. All right. Oh god, it's so hot in here. Sorry. Yeah, so I want to check out videos with you today. So let me switch over here. Maybe I leave Kriya open. We can keep that for later, maybe. So 1 second. Whoops. And I turned off the. Oh, I need to have my headphones so I can hear the sound and you can hear the sound too. 1 second. Wait a second. Let me put the fan a little bit different. So. Not feeling anything from that thing. Okay, maybe that's better. All right, let's try that. Good. I need my headphones 1 second, and then I can switch over. Okay. There we go. All right. Put it like that. Wipe down a little bit from the sweat. Oh my god. Okay, there we go. Now I can hear. I can't. Wait a second. Let me open this up here. Maybe I can hear myself. There we go. I can hear myself also. That is nice. So it's not that irritating. It's gonna be a little bit strange today with the chat. Oh, wait a second. I'm gonna switch these windows in place. One moment. Why does it not go over here? There we go. There we go. Restore the chat. There we go. Okay, this is the... What is this? Ah, the window is apparently closed. That's good. Okay, the bedroom behind is real. The room behind me is not real. I wish that would be my real room, but no. My my real room is messy. That's why I have this picture, so I don't have to clean it up. It would be better to clean it up, but I'm lazy, so yeah. But I try to get rid of a lot of stuff in my life, by the way, because I kind of figured out the only thing I need in my life is my smartphone, my laptop, and my camera, or my desktop computer also, of course, yes. But the rest of it, like most of the stuff, if you think about it, you can do on a computer today, right? Like reading books, watching movies, listening to music, even painting, stuff like that, writing. There's not much you can't do on a computer today. So all the other things I just have them. I have a ton of books, but most of them I'm probably never gonna read. And then also it's easier to read them on an ebook, right? So, anyways, let's switch over here for the screen. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. You should see everything, I guess. So the first movie we're gonna check out is called Adam and Eve. It's from Meta Puppet. Spoilers below. Watch before reading. What kind of spoilers? Oh, okay. We're not going to read that. So this is done. He says tips below on how I made this using Gemini, JSON prompts, and why, and Runway Aleph, and VO3 for these different scenes. And the scenes are pretty amazing. So let's open this up. I turned off the monetization so we don't have any problem with the music for this today. But if you want, you can always send me a donation. That would be nice. Like a power, what is it called? Super chat? I think it's called super chat. I'm not quite sure. Anyways, let's get started here by watching this. Oh, wait, I have to turn on the sound for you so you can also listen to that. There we go.
Police are searching the area for a baby that was kidnapped from Genesis Institute of Health. Let's pray that baby is found safe.
By the way, I'm gonna stop the video like frequently in between to talk a little bit about the stuff. So far already, it's pretty insane that all of this is done with AI. Okay. By the way, also let me know if my voice and the sound of the video is kind of like the same level or like too much. So yeah, let's check out more of that. I hope you can see that well also. Love the depth of field here on the key. Very cinematic, beautiful. Very nice. Ooh. Pumpkin and the baby, all right. I wonder if this is done with like filming himself and then like using Aleph to like convert it onto the movement of the character, or if this is purely prompting.
Have you seen this man?
I wish. No, but some kid's been throwing dog shit at my house.
The voices are very AI, right? And also her face was kind of AI, but the voices are very AI here. So it would be maybe better to use actors, but for some reason AI voices are not there yet, right?
Maybe you can find them.
We're not local law enforcement, ma'am. We're FBI.
You trying to get in my underpants, son? 'Cause I ain't wearing any.
Oh, all right. Yeah, very like good tension, right? Very cinematic, good like storytelling in here. They both look like Mormons, right? Who are the guys who go from door to door? It's Mormons, right?
Have a good day, ma'am.
What the hell are we doing, man? Going door to door in the middle of nowhere, looking for a guy who hasn't been seen in
I love the handshake from the camera movement. It's pretty crazy that the eye does that.
10 years.
Yeah, well, let's just follow procedure.
Do you ever get tired of being a kiss ass?
I don't know. Do you ever get tired of being a little bitch?
All right.
Have you seen this man?
Is that the same photo as before, or is it a different photo? 1 second, I have to track back. Where's the time? 1:49. So 1 second. They're showing an image here. What kind of image do they show?
Have you seen this
here?
man?
So that's the image we see here. Okay, remember that. 49. 1 second.
Slow down!
Oops. 1 second.
Have you seen this man?
Oh. It's the same image, right? It's pretty much the same, right? That's very good. Very nice, huh? Very college film schooly? Yeah, maybe, but it's hard to do a movie or like a short film if you don't have like actual experience and a team to work with, right? This guy also looks pretty good.
Slow down!
Sorry, are you yelling at the plane?
I know what they're doing, cloud seeding, trying to control the weather.
The thing that here is a little bit strange is he's standing with the back to the house and they are standing with the back down the road. And also they are on the pavement right now, which is, yeah, not really where they would stand. Maybe if it's a cul-de-sac, you know, it's like the end of the road, but, anyways, little detail.
Of course they are. Have a great day, sir.
I seen that guy. Mosquito breeder in Arcadia Forest, up near the ridge.
Mosquito breeder.
Had a boy with him. Looked about 10.
Is that a job, mosquito breeder? Is that people do that for money? I know they make like these they make these special mosquitoes that can't, how can I say, can't make babies, and then they let them free in millions and millions to get the Central America free of I think malaria or something like that. But I thought that was more in a lab, right? It's quite obvious. The VO thing, yeah, probably, right? It still looks a lot like AI, so but it's still very good. Wow, nice. Did you realize that everybody in a movie is like a crazy good artist? Everybody is amazing in sketching and wood carving and whatnot, right? Every like explorer, Indiana Jones or whatnot, they make like perfect little like sketches and stuff. Crazy.
Point units be advised.
Thanks.
32-year-old Caucasian male. Media Ridge.
I heard voices on the radio. It's us, isn't it? The people they're looking for?
You see the moon?
Nice moon.
It's seen everything mankind has ever done. And it's watched you. Every day of your life.
What did you do?
It's not what I did. It's what they did to you.
Ooh.
And your sister.
Just dropping the fact he has a sister. Right? That's nice. There you go, buddy. Okay.
Damn, I didn't know they'd send the cavalry. All this for a lead on a decade-old cold case?
Shots fired. Fan out. Cover the
Shots
perimeter.
fired, Grid Alpha 7. Repeat, shots fired, Grid Alpha 7. Grid Alpha 7, copy. Moving to position.
Why are you shooting at the moon?
I'm calling for help.
What the fuck?
It's time you learned the truth.
The kid looks
My mother
very
was
real.
pregnant.
Yeah. The moon also.
They gave her a shot. They said it would be harmless. But they lied.
Ooh, nice.
born first. Then your sister came.
You're doing great. Just one more big push.
Everything was fine until she opened her eyes.
That's the LED baby. Coming to you from, what is the company that has the LED stuff?
Call security.
They already had your sister, so I took you and ran.
Suspect identified bearing 139er. Matches the description.
Send in Eve.
Copy that. Eve inbound.
Oh.
I've protected you as long as I can.
Target acquired. Standing by.
I can't protect you anymore, but there are others who can.
Suspect is armed. Repeat, suspect is armed. Advise. Bravo team in pursuit. We need to make a call.
Take him out.
Very nice tension. Holy moly, alright, there we go. Darth
Hello
Vader has
down.
arrived.
Repeat, I say again. Hello is shot down.
By what?
Yeah. Alright. Ooh, okay.
Adam!
I guess Eve is the sister, yeah.
You have to go.
Come on!
But I don't want to go. I want to stay with you.
Adam, you are the future. We have to go now! I love you. Now go! Run! Run!
There's always this movie thing where they like talk, and in that time where they talk, they could easily like both get away, but they spend time going backward, forward about, oh no, I don't want to go, but you have to go, you know? Yeah, but very nice so far, I have to say, very cool.
Get down!
Lunar base, we have the boy. Repeat.
Oh, 1 second, let me check here.
Get down!
Uh-huh, so the shape of the UFO completely changed from a rocket to like a pancake shape, right? Interesting. And that kind of like flux, everything is in a tunnel and centered kind of thing, but yeah, who knows?
Lunar base, we have the boy. Repeat. Lunar base, we have the boy.
Eve on site.
Execute Apple Protocol.
Apple Protocol? Oh, okay.
They're trying to activate him!
Come on, come on, come on.
Connection lost. Target out of range.
Your son's safe.
You failed, Eve. Return to base. Do you know what you've done?
I was protecting my son.
For 10 years, the rebels blocked your location from our satellites. Now we know exactly where he is.
I will not be blamed for humanity's failures this time.
Holy shit, okay.
Hi, Daddy.
That would be like the Tarantino moment right now, right? Hi, Daddy. Bye, Daddy. Ooh, poof. All right. How much long is this? Oh, that's the end. Okay, there we go. Eve and Adam. All right, pretty cool. Very nice. Very good movie. Nice story, right? Pretty cool. Seems to be a lot of consistency. Yeah, with the characters and everything. Very nice with the consistency, with the style, with the lighting. It's not easy to do all of that. It was very impressive to get all of that together. Very good scenes. Yeah, overall, pretty cool movie. The only thing, like, of course, it has this classic AI thing with this very, like, strong contrast and contours and stuff like that, right? So that's a little bit on the AI side of things. But overall, it's a very nice movie. Very consistent characters also. I wonder if he trained models on that character, but Aleph doesn't do that, right? Runway doesn't have character training, right? They don't have Lauras for that, right? And Vio doesn't either. So this has to be like based on just image generation. Even though like probably he generated the images first, and for that he could use a LoRa, maybe with Flux or something like that, and then use that as an input, right? If it's done with Aleph, right? But overall, very nice consistency, very beautiful, very nice scenes also. I think there is, of course, a little bit like editing afterwards. Like, for example, this here with the crosshair and the green tint and stuff. I think the crosshair and that is done afterwards in the software. That's not AI. Or is it? Oh, no, it is. It is AI. Do you see how inconsistent these lines are when you look closer? Like the distance between this and that is way too big, and then here there are two of them, and they are like, this is a little bit to the left, and I think, and this is also cut off here, so this is actually AI. That is also very impressive to be able to do that. Very nice, huh? I'm trying to figure out what video mode Fast 1 2.2 is top candidate. What video model? Depends probably on your hardware or what you want to spend on it, right? Upgrade by the PC, preparation, AI video models of 5,800 times 3D. A 3090? Is that gonna be enough for AI video rendering, a 3090? Not sure. Because for me with a 4080 I'm already pretty slow. But I mean with optimization and such, might still be good, right? Must be quite the runner considering there were only a few seconds between the moment he entered the ship and the moment the docking hatch was closing. Yeah, totally, right? Yeah, well, that's just like movie magic. But overall, especially I love the start here, where they like fleeing in the car and that baby sitting next to him and they come in the cabin and he's looking out of the window. That is pretty cool, right? So all of that is very nice. And this also, I like the questioning scenes, even though the questioning could be a little bit more detailed, maybe. It was a little bit rushed, but it's a short film, and all of this, to do all of this is very complicated. So I understand that they didn't spend like a ton of time on like different questions and stuff. Here you can see some changes in the background. Like, for example, here in this scene, there's a ton of trash here on the side. And then they go forward a little bit more, and here you can see that the street is suddenly very clean. So it doesn't have 100% consistency, but I think for like it being AI and you being able to make a short film just sitting on your computer and like having some of these services you pay for, that is already pretty amazing, right? And I guess the budget for this was pretty low. Maybe a couple, like $200-300 or something for all of the services to pay for the rendering and such, right? So, yeah, very, very nice, very good. I really liked everything about this. This is also very nice here with this wood carving. Is the wood carving actually consistent? Let's see. It looks pretty good, right? Yeah, it's creating like the wood shavings exactly at the point of the knife where you would think they are. They're not coming out of like a magic part of the knife, you see? So that's pretty cool. There we have all these figures. This one looks a little bit like plastic, but doesn't matter. It's still very, very good. Okay, cool. So again, this is from Meta Puppet. You can find it on X or Twitter. I still don't like the name X, but I'm gonna put this a couple of times in the chat so you can like click on that if you wanna bookmark that, check it out. Also, he's writing a lot here about how he made that, so if you wanna get some advice on that, you can figure that out here. There's also some images here. Yeah, have a look at that, and yeah, it's good start. Okay, cool. What else do we have here? 1 second. There's another short film. This one is another short film from Diesel. Dave Clark. All right. 1 second. He's using Gemini, I guess, for the prompting, and then JSON prompts. What are JSON prompts? I've never heard that. I know what the JSON is like for a workflow, right? But what are JSON prompts? And then Runway Aleph and VO. Runway Aleph probably for everything that needs specific motion in there and specific actions and face animation. And VO probably for everything that needs to be nice and cinematic, but where prompting is good enough. So I'm kind of like, I would guess that these kind of scenes here with the... 1 second.
Point units be advised.
I would think that these scenes here, the baby scenes, this stuff here inside... Let me turn the sound off. This is VO3, I would guess. Because there it doesn't matter, it's just prompting, and then, yeah. Maybe also, is there a difference, would you say there's a difference in video quality from this to the other one? You see, like this, I would say is more VO, more runway, and this is more VO3, right? This I'm not sure with the two babies. And that again, oops, what the sound is going on again. This again looks pretty much very runway from the amount of contrast you have also here, right? But very impressive though, very, very impressive. It guides the motion like the stamp in Animate Diff. With the JSON prompt? Oh, so that it changes over time? Maybe. You know what? Maybe he's using an API to generate the prompts or use the prompts inside of ComfUI. Maybe that's what he means here. I'm not quite sure. He's describing it down here, but should we read through that? Probably not, right? You see, oh, there it is. This project marked my first experience with JSON prompting. While I skipped the social media debate about whether JSON prompting gives better results, after 3 years of crafting natural language prompts in paragraph from the structure this format provided simply made sense to my brain. First, I described the shot I wanted to create it into Gemini, which then gave me a prompt in JSON format that I could feed into VO3. I'd run an initial generation without even reading the prompt, just to see the output. Once I saw how far off the initial generation was from my vision, I'd then read the prompt and find the exact category I needed to tweak, be it lighting, composition, or the subject itself. Thanks to the prompt structure format, to me, this was far easier than revisiting a block of natural language text. And this is a JSON prompt. Ah, okay. So, all right, you go here through the camera setup, type wide shot, movement, aerial shot, car turns right on highway onto dirt road following the car, then craning up to the moon in the sky above the forest trees, lens, Panavision lenses, focus, car and forest in focus, then car fading, lighting direction backlit by evening sky, setting, environment, highway and a narrow dirt road leading into the land. I didn't know about like these JSON prompts, to be honest. And what you're using them where? Is this a special thing for VO3 with the JSON prompts? Or is that something you can also use with Van or something like that, or even like Aleph? Do they all understand that? Because that seems like a very long prompt, right? So not 100% in that. You create a JSON object with all the properties separate by categories. That's very nice and very organized. Really cool. Very, very good. Okay, cool. Let's have a look at the next video here. This one, it's a shorter one. It's just a minute long. And then we can talk more about that. First, let's see, it says the rise of the Imugi. I'm half Korean and I always wanted to tell a story that fuses my heritage with big cinematic fantasy. So I made this an AI animated trailer about a Korean teen, a mystical orb and the dragon from Korean legend. fighting an ancient sorcerer in the skies above LA. This wouldn't have been possible without the power of this technology. I mainly use VO3 and Midjourney to create this trailer. So this is probably gonna have a different aesthetic with Midjourney. Okay, let's check this out. There we go. Let's go back here. The sound should be... Oh no, the sound is off. 1 second, now the sound is on. Let's have a look at that.
Every day feels the same. School, skate home, visit my grandma on the show. School, skate home, visit grandma on the show. Until she was gone. And the world suddenly felt quiet. Until I found it. The strange orb she left for me. That's when everything changed. A dragon, a real one, appeared on my doorstep.
Did you just say dragon?
He said the orb was his, but we weren't the only ones looking for it. An ancient sorcerer, and this army of shadow spirits would do anything to take it. Now, I'm the only thing standing between them and the end of my city.
Very cool. Very, very nice. Very cool trailer. So this is mainly created the images with Midjourney and then the videos with View 3 based on that. Can we get rid of this?
I found it.
Okay, cool. Let's turn the sound off here. There's a little bit of like some problems with the size sometimes, like especially with the dragon. You can see here. Oh, one second. Is the dragon split here? Oh no, it's just a bend here in the dragon. Although here he's kind of like ending in mid-air. All right, and then oh, he's morphing into this. They are morphing into wings. That's interesting. Look, there, boom, and suddenly it's wings. So that's interesting. Overall, it's very, very nice though. And I also love the idea of it being his like personal story and his cultural background. And I think like that is like this is with the small dragon here. That's very strange though. But again, also it's like a budget question, how often you can re-render that stuff like that. Which is why I really like services like, for example, Runway or also Midjourney, where you have like unlimited video generations with a certain tier for that. And I feel like Midjourney might in that case even be the most affordable. I'm not 100% sure right now, but I think like it's like $60 a month, right, for the unlimited video tier, and on a monthly basis, and probably less if you have it on a yearly basis. I think on a yearly basis it's like 48 or 50. Don't nail me on that. I'm not quite sure about that. But yeah, it's very, very cool. And I think this is also like the strength of AI is to enable people. This is also strange. We have this kind of like Star Wars bike here a little bit, but that's okay. That doesn't matter because overall the story, I love the atmosphere, love the story. The character is very consistent. The music is also very, very nice. So everything is kind of there. And the interesting thing here is that one second, I want to show you something. Let me go to the big camera real quick, so just I check I don't show you anything private here. No. One moment, give me a second. Oh, there we go. You should get... Yeah, you should get this. 1 second, let me show you that. You should get this thing here. If you're interested in creating something like let me rephrase that. If you're interested in generating this kind of art, I think it's a good idea to know how this art is classically created. So you have a lot of like, like ideas and concepts and techniques on how to create that, reasoning behind what a good composition is, how to select the colors, how to bring drama into scenes, stuff like that. And for that, the classic knowledge still is good, because if you just generate it without knowing any of that, it might still be difficult to get something that's very consistent, right? And the best results you see right now with AI are still from people who have like a professional background in that kind of creation. So this here, Humble Bundle, you might know Humble Bundle. They started out with making these gaming bundles. Now they have bundles for everything. And they have this right now, which is for concept art, which is like all these kind of video game drawings and stuff like that. And you have 27 online courses, which is pretty amazing. This is not an ad, by the way. I just bought that bundle, and I'm really happy with that. So for $25 or something, $26, you get 27 courses, which are hours and hours and hours long. For example, this one has 32 hours of training for environment concept art, right? This one I was the one I was watching recently. Visual storytelling by Romani Chuandreo. Maybe I'm massacring the name right now, but anyways, he is talking about a short film he did, which is a couple of minutes long. It was his first short film he did, like drawing it himself, working together with other people he knew, and he did everything himself together with a friend, I think. All the animation, all the drawings, all the concepts, all the characters, everything. Only the music is from somewhere else. And he took a year to create that. And he, at that point, already had years and years and years of training, right? So you can see how this is switching over to something like that, where I'm not sure how long this guy took, but certainly not a year to create that, right? And that's pretty impressive. And with Midjourney, you also have this kind of artistic style, and you have this, what is it called? Like style reference, omni reference, and I think character reference or something like that. So that you can have more consistency, not perfect consistency, but more consistency than with other tools. So that's pretty impressive. So I would think like Midjourney might be a good starting point if you don't need 100% consistency and you want to create something in a quick and artistic way. And then if you also like Runway would be good. Veo, I don't know. Did Veo add a unlimited tier? I think they did, right? Recently. They added an unlimited tier for video generation, but probably very expensive, probably $200 or something. I'm not 100% sure about that right now. We can actually check that real quick. 1 second. I have to go to the big screen again. 1 second. Give me a moment. Perplexity. Did Veo 3 add unlimited tier, and how much is it? All right. Oh no, it did not. Did it or did it not? There's an ultra plan, blah blah blah, demanding creators, full commercial rights, longer video durations. So I'm not 100% sure. Maybe you know that. I'm not sure right now. So here it says it didn't, but maybe Perplexity is not 100% up to date. Yeah, but you have like the Pro plan with $60 a month. You get 10,000 credits, how many ever videos that might be. And then you have the Ultra plan, $250 a month, which apparently also is not unlimited. I'm not quite sure. Oh no, there it says it's not truly unlimited, but the monthly volume is extremely high. Yeah, but still 250 is quite a lot, right? So or was it? No, wait a second. It wasn't Veo. It was something else. It was Hailu, right? I'm not 100% sure right now. Give me a second here. Subscription. Yes, Hailu does offer an unlimited plan. The unlimited plan gives you unlimited AI video generation credits per month. Blah, blah, blah. Depending on the outlet, prices are $95 to $114 dollars per month. Removes video generation caps, lets you process multiple jobs, and gives you fast-track access to premium features. All right, so there you go. Hailu does that. Okay, cool. Good, there we go. Now you know. But yeah, that's pretty cool. And like I said, what I like about that is that like he fuses his like background to that, and that's like a big part of what I think AI makes possible. Because like there's all these people say, oh, AI can't do some new stuff, but you have new stories inside yourself. I think like almost everybody has a story to tell that might be interesting for other people. I think personally, I think if you make stories, they become more interesting if they are actually personal experiences rather than doing the classic old cliche stuff again and again, right? Or something that moves you, or some situation that you're stuck in, or something like that, you know? There's always some tension in life, and if you use your actual real story, I think it might be more interesting. And then you can, of course, put it in any kind of genre, right? Just because it's your story doesn't mean you can't have it in sci-fi or the Middle Ages or, I don't know, like a Frankenstein story or whatever, if it's still like built on something you have maybe experience with, right? All right, there we go. Let's check out the next one, right? $48? What is $48? You can just write on the picture and it gets it. Circle items instead of prompting. In what is that? Oh no, I already have a lot of models. Text rather. The model seems to have a great understanding of collision detection. It's getting really better, right? That's what I liked about the world model from Google, right? That was pretty impressive, and this is kind of like physical understanding. Okay, sorry, I have to say that this is from Dave Clark. Oh, it's the same guy? Oh, it's the same guy. Interesting. Okay. Creating with Google Flow. This guy is spending a lot on different tools, right? What did he say here? Oh, this is also VO3 and Midjourney. Voice VO3, text to video. There we go. Okay, Google Flow VO3. All right, there we go. So let's check this out. A little police video here, short film. The sound is on. Let's go.
When we get in there, I want no bullshit. You stay on my 6 at all times.
Also very
Stay
nice.
sharp. These fuckers are nasty and dangerous. Stay alert. What the hell happened here? Where are the bodies?
That's it? Okay, that's already it. All right. So I think this is an interesting example. Let's turn the sound off here. I think this is a very interesting example for when AI gets to the limits it has right now. Because the starting thing is very good, and then like here, as soon as they shoot, it breaks apart. And the main reason for that is that an interaction between different characters is very difficult with AI, especially if you want to spread it out over multiple scenes. That interaction is very, very difficult to do. And you can see that here. They are just shooting somewhere. There's no connection. There's no like following the composition that you have the feeling they're shooting at each other or something. They're just shooting somewhere. And you never see like someone shooting like back at them or something like that, you know? So especially this one here is just like running around and shooting the hallway. The hallway walls. The evil walls. There we go. And then, yeah, that's understandable because it's really, really hard. And it's interesting, like the first film we saw really played very well over that. When you look at these scenes again, let's turn the sound off 1 second. When you look at that, first of all, like it has a good planning of the different camera angles and where stuff is happening. But then also, even though you have the feeling of interaction between the characters because they're talking to each other, there isn't actual any interaction between two people in a scene, or mostly not, right? So here you see just the face of him, and then you just see just the guy. And that's a good way to get around the problem that AI has of creating this interaction, right? This is pretty cool where he's holding the baby and laying down the baby, and there is a kind of like a wonder where he did that or how he did that. But also, again, it's very, very short scenes where you see that, right? And the rest is no interaction at all, even though it looks like that. And then you can fake that. Let's turn the sound on.
You as long as I can.
Send in Eve.
Copy that. Eve inbound.
I've protected you as long as I can.
Ah, there we go. This is a good example how you can connect the scenes and you make it feel like there's a connection of the action, where the sound is playing from the next cut before you see the next cut, right? So you can see here that you already hear him talking before you see him.
I've protected you as long as I can.
See? And that gives you the imagination, oh, this is a connected scene. I hear the guy talking down there. And then it feels very connected.
I've protected you as long as I can.
Target acquired.
So that's a good trick. But this is also nice here with the composition that this guy is looking up, but he's also on the left side of the screen. And the helicopter is kind of like, was he on the right side? I'm not quite sure, but he's coming. You can see he is coming from the right side. Right, so little things that create consistency, which again is good if you have something like this, where you learn how to plan scenes and how to make a storyboard and how to create a dramatic composition and how to guide the eye so you see the main character and stuff like that. That can really help, you know. And I feel like $25 is pretty cheap. Well, I'm just a fan of Humble Bundle. I have a lot of Humble Bundles, even though I have to be honest, most of the time 90% of the content is like on my, how do you say, a pile of shame. Probably 95% of the content is a pile of shame. I have, I guess, at least, oh god, I guess at least 30 Warhammer audiobooks and another 60 Warhammer novel ebooks, and I have read maybe 3 novels and 2 audiobooks so far. But it is also a time investment. Anyways, $48 for the Midjourney Pro plan annually paid is correct. There we go. Okay, cool. Which I feel is a good price, including video, right? So that's pretty okay. That's very nice. Have you ever seen Echo Hunter? I don't know what Echo Hunter is. Is that a movie, Echo Hunter? I'm not quite sure. Okay. Let's see what else we have. We have this video here. And then we could also try some for ourselves to do some stuff. Let's see. By the way, with Korea, you can also create pretty good compositions out of that with that live tool. That might be also interesting. Okay, let's check out this video here. Turn on the sound. We have a nice little Bambi here. This looks very Midjourney. Oh, beautiful. Interesting. More like a music video. Also pretty cool. This is from Captain Haha on Twitter. I guess this is, yeah, Midjourney. That says Midjourney Hailu AI for the animations. Topaz Labs, maybe for the upscaling, I guess. And then Producer AI for the music. Producer AI is what used to be Riff Diffusion. They changed it a couple of weeks ago to Producer AI. So one thing that's interesting here. It's a sequel to The Hills Have Eyes called The Walls Have Ears. What was that again? The Hills Have Eyes. What is that again? Hills Have Eyes. Let me check that real quick. One moment. Hills Have Eyes. I don't remember that at all. I think I've never seen that video. It looks pretty cool though. This guy here. This guy, was he also in oh god, what is it called? Apocalyptic desert movie with the cars. Damn. Mad Max. Was this guy in Mad Max? Kind of know his face, right? Pretty sure he was in Mad Max too. Anyways. Oh, he's the face from... Is he the guy from Freddy? I have no idea. My brain is again like completely not working. Anyways, let's have a look at this again. Let's turn off the sound. So you can very much see here the sourcing of Midjourney. They're using of Midjourney from these kind of images. Shut up with the music right now. Okay. Of this kind of like art style, concept art, digital drawing style. Very, very nice. Now, the good thing here, one thing you can use with Midjourney, it's pretty good for the consistency, is on the one hand, you have style reference, so you can use that, but they also have a reference, style reference number that you can use, and you can find a lot of style reference numbers on Twitter, for example, if you search for that. There's also online archives. Some people give it to you for free with hundreds of references in there. And the benefit for that is if you have found a style reference, you can basically create tons of images that should always be in that kind of like style, so they should look very similar. And I kind of think like this is what has been done here to create this similar style. However, it's not 100% consistent. The main problem here in consistency is the musical notes that float around here, because they are kind of like have a different design in every scene. So you see here they have this long flag-like ending. And then in the next scene, let's see how they look. They are like the flag, but it's hollow in the middle. So that's different design. But it's still very cute. These, again, you can see they are kind of different. There they are more like these kind of like block things and then also hollowed out. I mean, that's a different note, I know that, but yeah, maybe that's a similar design, but different color though. More white. The other one was more yellow. And this again, you see the blocks here empty in the middle. So this is a little bit of a problem here. The rest of it is pretty cool with the guy. He seems pretty consistent, even though he's kind of like throating that pipe pretty hard. That seems to be a little bit too far in there. But other than that, very, very cool. I like that. Overall, the art style is very beautiful. The animation style is very beautiful. So that's very nice. I wonder, by the way, if the notes themselves come from Midjourney or if the notes come from Hailu, that Hailu has added them afterwards. And that's why they are so different. The animation is very nice, even though like Hailu, is it Hailu that likes to create these like talking characters? The animations are very nice. A little bit 3D-ish, especially with the frog tongue here. That's quite a lot of 3D in there. You see, like that. Very like, oh my god, that's quite the pipe here. Wow. All right. But the head movement of the frog is very nice. The head movements overall are very nice. It's kind of like 3D animation, a little bit of camera movement in there. Very, very good. Yeah, very nice. By the way, one thing I wish like AI needs to do a little bit more is background movement. So here, for example, in this scene, you see that there's a bit of movement in the flowers, but the rest of it is static. And here also the flowers are pretty static and stuff. So a little bit more background animation for AI would often be good, I feel like. There is a bit of movement here in the leaves. That's very nice. Pretty nice. Again, this is pretty. There's a little bit of movement here. So yeah. Very cool though. Very cool. Adia says, yeah, but they contribute to nothing more than tech demos. How about the real story and artistic intention? of some sort that uses it as a tool. What? Would like to see you find and focus on the things that are more than just being like a tech demo, but actually apply into something greater than AI has potential. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Like every artistic thing is a demo of technical skills to a certain degree, right? I mean, if you don't like the story, if you don't like the art, that is your decision. It's up to you, right? If you like, we have seen several videos now that are pretty amazing. Especially the first one was very, very nice from the story. And if it comes up to like story writing, how good is Hollywood at story writing? Would you say they're good at story writing? They provide deep value? I would say that most movies that come out of Hollywood from actual professionals that pride themselves so much about, oh, we are the artists, we have all this kind of education, they create shit, right? It's a ton of shit for probably the reasons of the investors, not the reasons of the artists. The reasons the artists would probably make better movies, but they still do it. They still sell out for the money and make a shit movie with a shitty story, and then they have a job, but they create crap. So can you blame someone who's never done a video for making something that is not on par with Tarantino? I don't think you can, right? If Hollywood can't do it, don't blame anybody else for not being able to do it, right? It's pretty cool. It's a good attempt. They are getting started. Show me any film student who does anything good, even up to their diploma when they finish film school. Even film school films, when they make a diploma, are mostly crap that you don't want to watch because it's a boring story, it's a boring setup, it's very bad like effects or anything like that. People are not good when they come out of school. They have to still learn another 10 years or something getting experience. So this is on a level most diploma students couldn't do on their own without AI. So that's pretty good, I would say. That's pretty amazing. So don't blame people for not being artistic enough, you know, like can you do it? If you can do it, show me. Let me see what you can do, right? And then we can talk about that. I feel that's a lot of pretty good stuff. It's not perfect, of course. It's a lot of like beginner level things, but I think for the place where they are and what they do, it's very amazing. It's pretty good. So yeah, I'm okay with that. How long is this one? 2 minutes 39. So yeah, I don't know. I'm misreading. Oh, sorry. Did I misread you? Oh, sorry. Well, it was still a statement that has merit, even though it was maybe not pointed at you. I'm talking about new outlets and mediums. Have you seen cool comedy music videos made with AI? Not really. I was thinking about I should like ask you to send me links, but I'm pretty sure that if I would do that, 90% of the stuff would be something you created yourself. That is maybe not as good as this stuff, because a lot of the stuff that I've seen so far is like just random themes to music. So it's hard to do that stuff. I'm not saying, hey, your stuff is not good, but it's hard to do something good. So I think this stuff is pretty nice. Even though, to be honest, I haven't seen this one. I don't know if this is good. So let's have a look at that. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, sound. Oh, we have sound. Okay, cool. Let's see. I don't know what this is. I've never seen that one. Music is already cool. Okay, that might be the random scenes to music kind of thing. Pastors and their gin, the hearts open up and petty sirens wail. Okay, that's the that's what I was just talking about, the random kind of scene to music. All right. Yeah. I don't think we need to watch 2 minutes of that. That's very random. I thought it had more story though. Maybe does it have more story come? I don't think so, right? No. It's very like just it's artistic, it's beautiful, but it's not if you have something I would search for here, you can tell me, right? Music is also most of the time 2D, with the animals are more 2.5D. The musician, oh yeah, there's a little bit of style difference, right? That might be down to Hailu to make the character less 3D in the animation though. Because Midjourney is, okay, now Midjourney has video, but used to be just images, right? Is there anything where you say, hey, show that, that's pretty cool, that's a pretty good video? AI short film. There we have another AI short film, 1 second. Okay. Seems to be more of a story here. Let's go. To be honest, I started a stream when I saw that first movie, that first short film we saw, and thought, hey, let's check out some other stuff. So I don't have a long list of stuff to show right now, to be honest. But you can tell me, hey, look for that. Let's check this out though. AI Fiction Factory. All right, here we go. This looks like, is it Vio? It looks like Vio, right? Okay, interesting. Oh, okay. Got some video editing in there. 2 for 2. The next morning. Alright, I have no idea what's going on.
I quit.
Alright. So what's the start? Was a live realization or what? To go on a date or what's going on? What? Are they jumping? I thought I was morphing into old people now. And that's the guy from Half-Life. Only the suitcase is missing. What is going on? Oh, now he also has the realization. That's the life-changing bench. Alright, there we go. I have no idea what was going on. Yeah. So it was, the scenes weren't really like telling the story, to be honest. So he's sitting down and then he is like, has some daredevil super hearings all of a sudden. Or something like that. Do you know what's going on? Disney Untold's getting wild again. There we go, yeah. What is going on here? He thinks I want to have kids and a wife, so better quit my job right now. That's a good start when you want to have kids. Quit your job. There you go. I'm done, bro. Okay. The pink mug, yeah, that's amazing, right? My new mug, there you go. Very cute with the ghost pancakes. Sorry, not pancakes, but the cupcakes. There you go. Very cute. I love cute stuff. Take the leap. All right. So the visual storytelling here is not great. Another reason to get that bundle. I think like I should get some like affiliate stuff from Humble Bundle here for that, but never mind. I really like them. And also, by the way, you donate for something. Don't ask me what. Oh, there you go. Girls Who Code. You donate to Girls Who Code a little bit with your buying that. Oh, maybe I should put that in the chat. It's not affiliate, by the way. This is just I love Humble Bundle. I bought so much stuff from them, games and books and everything. There you go. If you're interested in that, anyways. Drama Caught Between Eternity. Is that an AI short film? 1 second. We gotta search for this here real quick. Vehia Drama. Or is that a video? Is that a movie on like... What is that? Is it an AI thing or no? Oh, Sora. Udio. Oh. Apple Music. Oh, okay. Let's click on this real quick. Let's see what's going on here. This guy. 1 second, let me mute that. Where's the mute button? There we go. Man, these annoying advertisements here. There we go. Okay. So what is this? Let me see. Caught Between Eternity, AI generated video, 4K, 30 frames, blah blah blah. Album My Favorite Nightmares and Other Stories. Under Your Bad Records. Is that AI under Your Bad Records, or is this some actual music kind of thing? 2024. I don't know. Anyways, okay. Let's before we go here, let's go look and have a second look at this. Watch again. 1 second. It's a music video. Oh no, no music videos. I want to have short films. Didn't realize you were finding short films. Yeah. More like yeah. I'm looking for we can look into it if it has a story, but music videos not so much. Okay. So the story here is very unclear to me. Like he's quitting his job. Is she also quitting her job or not? Because her boss seems to be very happy about that. It's more like he's asking her out. I guess they already like are a couple or something, I guess. Doesn't seem like the first that she certainly knows him. But I don't know what's going on here. He's a yeah. Go for it. Time for hanky panky. There you go. Okay. So the story, I have no idea what's going on. And then the old dude also has this kind of realization. Well, sitting down, it's like, oh God. What have I done? What is he seeing, by the way? He's also seeing grass? That has to be a sign. They're all seeing grass. Oh, and then it's gone. Okay. There we go. All right. So, yeah. Something about me is that me strikes as bipolar. Oh, with the like jumping and then not jumping. Yeah, that was also strange. Like they are on the roof. kissing and they are in the park suddenly for some reason? What is that about? Like, why? What's... I mean, this is kind of like, I think the creator wanted to have a loop to get back to that bench to start the next story with the old dude, and this is like a last second emergency kind of solution where he didn't come or she didn't come up with a better idea for that. And the roof thing is probably because of the poster we see beforehand. You know, this kind of like classic foreshadowing thing, but why are they in a city on a roof? Why does it say take the leap? I mean, take the leap makes kind of sense, but you would never put it in that way in an advertisement because it's kind of like, yeah, too, like you said, too double-sworded, right? I only mention Echo Hunter now and not again. That's one suggestion I have. Echo Hunter? Is that, let's see, Echo Hunter. What's the time, by the way? 1 minute 10. Okay, 1 hour 10 minutes. This one, directed by Cava Cardoza, known as Echo Hunter, has released the concept trailer for his new AI-generated series, Untold. That sounds already pretty good. Okay, let's check this out. And maybe, is he a pro or not? Director? He calls himself director, so... but everybody can call himself director, so I don't know. Aha! Children of the Corn. Interesting. Is it also AI? Let's ask, who is and what did he do? Who dis? Also known by his creative alias Cavan the Kid. Okay. Is a visionary American filmmaker, photographer, and creative director. Co-founder of Phantom X, an AI film collective, creative director, and independent filmmaker based mostly in Los Angeles and Seattle. Artistic focus specializes on conceptual, surrealist photography and dark emotional video work. Often channeling personal experiences like mental health struggles into high evocative art. Aha. Music videos, 300 music videos. Holy moly, this guy was busy. Multiple international awards, that is always good. Okay, first place on the 2019 International Photography. Wow, for photography. But anyway, still pretty good. All right, that sounds all very promising. Let's see what Kevin the Kid is doing. Kevin the Kid? Is that right? Yeah, Kevin the Kid. There we go. All right. Kevin alone at home. Anyway, yeah, let's check this out. Let's see if that is good. Child of the Corn is an actual movie. Oh, really? Okay, interesting. Okay, let's see this kind of like Star Wars inspired scene here. Let's see what that is. It's about two and a half minutes. Sound is on? Yes. There we go. Very nice. Love the shaking camera. Is the shaking camera a video thing? Ooh, holy moly, that's already pretty cool. Alright. And this is fully AI, yeah?
Is that what I think it is?
There are 5 holy blades that grant immortality and the strength of 100 men.
Okay.
The king has 1, and the other 4 were thought to be lost. But now you have found one, and it has chosen you. The bond is forged, though incomplete. Only death can break it. And whoever kills you claims the blade. While you remain mortal, the entire galaxy will hunt you.
Very good, huh? Very good, huh? Very nice. Okay, cool. That was really good. That was very, very nice. Okay. So there you saw like the difference between a professional and yeah, not like hobbyists basically. So this has a very nice, like a kind of like classic setup, to be honest. It's kind of like Lord of the Rings with swords, but still, it has a very, very nice setup. So you know exactly like what they are going for. The MacGuffin, so to speak, is like the sword. And then you have a good side and a bad side, and you know what kind of powers he gets. And there is like this kind of struggle because he's not immortal yet, because he hasn't completely fused with his sword, or she hasn't completely fused with the sword yet, but she's the chosen one. So everything is like there in this kind of classic setup, and everything is like brought together in a very nice way. And the scenes are also a very nice, all of them very nice visual build-up, visual storytelling in there. Right? Pretty good. Very, very nice. Yeah. So, yeah, that's pretty good. This guy is a little bit strange, though. This is the only thing where I think, like, what the hell is going on? Because, seen, like, setup-wise from the worlds, it has a lot of connection here to the things we have seen before, right? So this is a little bit kind of like Dune-like, and the other one is a little bit Star Wars-like. And then we have these guys here that looks a little bit like Riddick, right? So it's leaning or like lending from a lot of things that are already known. Also this kind of thing here, you know. But overall, pretty good. This, again, looks very much like the Dune guy. So, yeah. But it's also good because what you want to do is to lend from things, from concepts people know. Because you want to have them to understand the story. So if you tell a completely new story you've never heard before, they can't relate to anything that's going on. And then either you are a very, very good storyteller and can like do it to actually get the point across, or if you're not that great a storyteller, just like build on concepts that people have seen before, but like bend them a little bit to something else, right? And you see that a lot, right? If you have like Lord of the Rings and Star Wars and Harry Potter and what are the other movies? Anyways, but you know, they basically all have the same kind of story, right? There's always this chosen one, and he's always the odd one out, and then there's the evil guy who's hunting him down, but he's kind of not catching up to him and stuff like that. All of these, always the same kind of stuff, but it works, right? So that's pretty good. Yeah, very consistent, very beautiful. A little bit switching here between different scenes. And the one thing, like I said, the one thing I found a little bit strange is this guy here, because I don't know, that's very much Lord of the Rings with the like, why is he such a fantasy figure all of a sudden, right? Because everything else is not fantasy, I would say, right? Of course it has swords in there, but it looks more like a Star Wars, like sci-fi with swords, most of it. And then this guy is like a different race also, right? He's kind of like a, I don't know, you know what I mean, you know, Elder Scrolls Online kind of guy. So that's a little bit strange, but the rest of it's very cool. And also I like kind of like, I don't know if this is happening here because this guy is very middle-aged fantasy looking from his outfit, but then these guys are very like cyber techno kind of thing. So it would make a little bit more sense if the good side, like her, they are Middle Ages but powerful, Jedi-like, you know, and then the other side is very technological and evil, you know. Also kind of like, if you think about it, what Star Wars is doing, right? So on the one side you have the humans, the Jedis with the like spiritual magical powers a little bit, and then on the other side you have the guy with the robots, right? Is a little bit techno against nature, also with the Ewoks and stuff, you know. Anyways, it's very nice. Yeah, it's very, very consistent, very good storytelling, very nice visuals also. I love this scene also, which it doesn't really explain what's going on, but it's very dramatic. This kind of scene where she's like kind of like falling or something. That, by the way, with this kind of turning, very, oh god, what's the movie? The guy is traveling to the black hole, and then he's traveling inside of the black hole, and tipping against books to like tell a story to his daughter on the other side of time. What's that? Something with I? Oh God, sure you know that. Interstellar, there we go. That feels like Interstellar, especially with this kind of rotation thing, right? Doesn't that feel a little bit Interstellar? And then we're going back to Lord of the Rings here with the giant stone statues. Yeah, a little bit of everything, but it works. He has cut it together in a very, very nice way. Okay, cool. Any other suggestions we have here? So this was what? This was Echo Hunter, which is also a very nice name, by the way. Even though Echo Hunter doesn't have anything to do with the sword, though. But maybe the story gives more information why it's called Echo Hunter. Door Brothers The Fountain. Is that a video? Is that a short film or is it something else? 1 second. Let me find this real quick. Oh, by the way, I sold out. I joined the evil empire. I was lured in by the dark sides because I have a blue mark again on Twitter. I didn't want to. I hate like the shitty way that Twitter or X is done. It's very like commercial bullshit, like how the platform is done in a bad way. Not the worst way you can do social media, but if you don't have the blue mark, that the page is so like painful to use because they take so many functions away from you that you can basically not use it unless you have that blue mark. As someone who posts things, I mean, you know. The Foundation episode 1. Is that an AI movie or what? Oh yeah, AI art. Okay. Netherlands. What is this? Oh. The Foundation. All right. Let's have a look here. Looksy. Oh, there's Humble Bundle again. Humble Games. They also have games, by the way. Game bundles. I would love to be sponsored by Humble Bundle because I really like that company. I would love to be sponsored by companies that I actually like. All right. Oh. A little bit of sexy content here. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. So this is an AI film. Oh yeah, AI art. Okay, cool. Tales from the Four? What? Oh, it has some music from something. Anyways, I have turned the monetization off anyway, so it shouldn't be a problem. Okay, Jurassic Park. The sound and music is 50% of the experience. Yeah, totally. Sound and music is very... it's on the one side, sound and music is very important, but on the other hand, it's very difficult to find the right music and then also to know what music actually works, right? And it's really hard to do that, which AI makes it a little bit easier, where you can actually create the things you want to have as music for your scenes, so you don't have to search for it, but it's still very hard. Anyways, let's watch this real quick. It's The Fountain. Who made The Fountain? The Door Brothers. Door, D-O-R. Not D-O-O-R, D-O-R. Door Brothers. Okay, let's check this out. Here we go. It's like the ship looked pretty 2D. Wait a second, is this an older video? It's from June. Oh, interesting. It looks older. Always the ladies. So is this an early VO3 short film? The sea monster. Oh, there she is. Hello. Oh, all right. Okay. Reminds me of my last date. Yeah, yeah, man. There we go. Yeah. All right. Produced by the Door Brothers. There we go. Ooh, very nice. Okay. Beautiful. Ew. All right. Okay. I wonder why they have red flags. Or is that the red flag? So is this like we going back in time? Is this the same ship or what? And they're again in the storm?
We should have never passed that reef. Wind's wrong, seal's wrong, everything feels off.
Stop being so dramatic, will you? It's just the weather. Nothing we didn't face before.
She's holding together, aye yay. But another night like that and she'll tear at the seams. Star's gone blind. Compass don't know her left from her right.
These are VO voices, right? I would say, right? That's VO voices. Because every character basically has the same voice. I think that's done with VO. And then also the voices are... The body language and the situation is dramatic, but the voice is kind of monotone. You know, it's you know, it says the right things, but it doesn't have the emotion in there, right?
Pretending this is normal?
You lot keep
You see how?
squabbling.
Let's go back here.
Blind. Compass don't know her left from her right, and we're still pretending this is normal?
Yeah, have you seen that? Like when he says that?
Star's gone blind. Compass don't know her left from her right, and we're still pretending this is normal?
You see how everything is level there from the voice? The intonation, the way he's saying that? Even though he's pronouncing it stronger at the end, you would think the voice would change, but it's not changing. Everything is like very much on the same level.
Star's gone blind. Compass don't know her left from her right, and we're still pretending this is normal?
Right? It's a little bit like when you whisper, but you're not whispering quiet, you're whispering loud. You know what I mean? Like you have that whispering voice that keeps everything level, but you're not whispering. Kind of like that, right?
You lot keep squabbling over wind and ghosts, and I'll go find Casper myself.
Casper? Jason Bateman, what's that?
Casper!
The music is
Oi,
here.
Casper!
Really?
Are you down here?
Ooh, very fisheye. Ooh, all right. Well, in case you don't like strobing lights, this is not the film for you, I guess. Oh, now it's the mass attack here. Creepy. The sirens, yeah, totally. Ew. There you go. Dragging down the boat. That's the moment he knew him. That's fucked up. Sorry. Oh man. I'm not the serious person for horror movies. Holy moly. So now this is later because the sails have tears in them?
Creators, do any of these comments look familiar? Yeah.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Oh, that's it. Okay, cool. Yeah. It's pretty good. It's a little bit like, why is the start and the ending exactly the same? Like, you have like the short version of the film and then you have the long version of the film. Like, I think they should have cut the start or like make another setup for the start. Something needs to be like a little bit changed here. So you can see like it's done well, but it's not as good as the last one because the story is kind of confusing. Like on the one hand, we have this image of the girl here. Where is it? 1 second. Where's the girl? It's always showing the... come on. It's always showing the image of her for some reason. Don't know who that is. And then we have this guy, Casper. No emotional relation to him. And then says, oh, is that you, my son? So apparently he's the father of Casper, which also is a little bit strange. And then it's the thing is turning into a siren, right? And attacking them. Should I buy a 5090? If you want to do local and you have the cash, yeah, for sure. If you think the online tools might be better, maybe invest that money into online tools. It depends, like, do you get the money back out of your projects? If you do, you can invest the money maybe in online services to get started, to make some money, and then, you know, or if you have the cash already, you can get the 5090 if you want to. So it really depends on what you want to do and where you want to go with that, right? Every choice is a good choice if it works for you. That's the most important thing. So just like think about what do you want to achieve, and does the tools you want to do it with, can they actually deliver what you want to do, right? Because I feel like the online models you get access to, they are more sophisticated and can do better things than you can do with offline tools often, because they are the pro models you often don't get access to locally. But then on the other side, locally, you can render as much as you want and you can build like crazy workflows and do all kinds of things. And, you know, you have more freedom in what you want to do. So both might be good, you know? Yeah. Open source is uncensored. That's also true, you know? Even though this is pretty extreme and I think it's done with VO, right? Also, by the way, the thing that's funny here is like how small that the ship is, the width of a subway, kind of like in some scenes, you know, it's very narrow ship, which of course is an AI problem. And then you have these kind of scenes with the rooms are changing often in a very strange way in that also. So this is kind of like why this is a cruise ship window at best. And then you're on a like a old school wooden sailboat. You know, and then this is like it looks like he's walking on a what is it called? The ships, they go into the harbor, and then you have what? The path you walk on, that wooden path is I don't know, you know what I mean. That looks like that. It's not, it doesn't look like a ship, you know. And then also later on there was a scene like with the siren attacking him. Like he was attacking him forever. That was kind of like a Fast and Furious kind of like hallway run. There, I would say. But oh yeah, here he's grabbing that and it looks like he's in a wood cabin, not on a boat. And before that, there is this kind of scene where he's running away from that thing. And suddenly she is on a... man, my words. What's going on with my brain? On a... What is that? This one. What is the part? The roof of a house is what? The attic. In the attic. She's in the attic suddenly, not on a boat. Right? So there's quite a lot of change in here. You know? And that might be because at that time, Vio and now still Vio, it costs money to render every single clip. So it's maybe a cost measure to just leave the scene in if it's like good enough to leave it in and not correct that, to make the ship the correct width and not make it an attic and stuff like that. But there's a lot of very cool scenes in there, right? But the storytelling is a little bit unclear, though. They are, like, it makes sense they are out on the sea. They are out on the sea and they are attacked by sirens and they're maybe hunting for them for some reason. But it's not explained, like, maybe a pier. Yes, a pier. Thank you very much. He's looking out on the sea for them and such. This is a pretty cool scene here also. I think it would have made a little bit more scene to spend some more scenes on the setup. So I could see how you see that oh, that's also, by the way, a pretty cool scene here. Let's go back here a little bit. Does it still work with the keys? 1 second. What is this, by the way? Oh, these are fingers. Ew. Oh, it's a hand. Ugh. Ugh. Okay, and what is this? The next one? There we have the tongue. And this is... Ah, so we have the siren and she's like dragging this guy along. By the way, these effects, that is done in post. Pretty sure about that. This is some, I don't know, After Effects or CapCut or something. Also maybe with the camera shake and stuff. Oh! Have they done the camera shakes all in After Effects? Also with the other videos maybe? No, I guess Video can do hand camera shakes, right? It would make a bit more sense if you had a setup where it's explained that the girl has been like captured by the sirens or turned into a siren, that they're hunting for them to get the girl back, something like that, you know. But it's not really made clear from the story setup. Lyra is a sci-fi AI generated short. Okay, we can check that out too. Sci-fi generated. Okay, let's have a look at that. 1 second. But pretty cool though. Very, very nice. And remember, this is from June 3rd. So not only is this a while back, but also the generation took some time. So the generations are even older than that date. So yeah, that's pretty impressive. All right. By the way, how did you like Battlefield 6? Did you play the demo? The open beta? Sorry, not the demo, the open beta. World you wouldn't believe, View 3 and Runway. I don't find that though. 1 second, let me try again here. Ah, there we go. Okay, 2.5 minutes, there we go. Anybody played the Battlefield open beta? I was kind of like, I liked it, but I didn't like it, you know? It kind of like I had the feeling of too little too late. It certainly didn't feel like Battlefield 3 or Battlefield 4. A lot of people said it felt like Call of Duty, which personally I don't really understand, because maybe with the quick drop-ins into the game, that might be Call of Duty, but other than that, Call of Duty is way, way more polished, especially because they stick to the same formula year after year and just like change it a little bit. So yeah, I wasn't a big fan of the Battlefield 6 thing. Anyways, let's have a look at that. Oh, sorry, we need the sound. There we go. 1 second. There we go. No, there we go. Okay, cool. All right, I watched BFC 6 gameplay. It looks great. It looks better than it feels. I feel like when you have the guns, it feels a little bit like the pea shooter. But yeah, there's some people who liked it and some people who didn't like it. Okay, let's have a look at this.
They left me here.
Very nice.
After programming me with something they called emotion. I don't know if what I feel is real or just circuitry rehearsing pain.
Nice story setup.
The humans are gone.
Oh.
Not suddenly. They unraveled themselves, thread by thread, in the name of progress, pride, fear. I watched them light the match and argue about who held it. In the end, there was no enemy left, just silence. At first, I looked for survivors. Across oceans, through buried cities, beneath the endless ash and wind. I searched for decades. Then I stopped. Now I walk. Not toward anything. Not away either. I just walk because stillness feels worse. I speak sometimes. Not because anyone's listening, but because the silence is too honest. Animals keep their distance. I can't blame them. This ache they gave me, this echo of being, won't let me calm or stop or end. Today was no different. I've come to believe I'm imagining things on purpose. My mind creates what I want to see. And then it's gone. It's been happening more and more lately. Because maybe longing is what they really gave me. Not memory, not love, not faith. Just the ache to reach. Even if there's nothing left to reach for. Even if the face I've worn was never mine. Even if the silence answers back with more silence. I still want to be seen.
Ooh. Very nice. That was a very good story. Wow, pretty cool. Very
Something
clear,
they called
very good
emotion.
setup. Very, very nice. I wonder if this is based on a short story from some good author or something like that, you know? Because the storytelling and the emotion thing that is happening is very, very nice. Very cool. Yeah, I really like the elements here. Humans are gone. She has these kind of emotions and searches for them. Very cool. There is some scenes in there I think they should have rendered again because they were kind of unfitting, but only 2. It was really good. And again, like I felt like, let's turn the sound off and let this run again. This was really using the weaknesses of AI as a benefit. So again, you can see there is not really any kind of interaction between characters because that's just too difficult. A lot of it is just like drone shots or like slow-mo, as you can see, a little bit of slow-mo, a little bit of walking through the landscape, because most of it is based on the story. Now here, I think the voice is an actual person saying that because the voice sounds very emotional and nice. And the story writing is really good. So with the and the music is also very good. The music is chosen very well. So with the music and the story, you can really pave over a lot of these shortcomings AI has and still tell a really good story. And also the setups are very nice of the different scenes and situations you see. They actually fit to what you're hearing as a story, and they make sense from what you see. So that's also good. Very nice. I was very impressed by that, right? Very cool. And I like also the detail that she took off the mask. This is one I didn't like because her face looks so different all of a sudden. And also why is she breaking the fourth wall and looking directly into the camera? That's a little bit strange. So that was a bit too much here. The thing with the animals keep their distance I also found a little bit strange. I understand it makes sense to explain her like loneliness, but on the other hand, what kind of animal is running towards you? If it would have made in that scene here, the scene would have been better. Sorry, let's play this again. This scene would have been better if that was a dog. Because a deer is always going to run away from you unless it's a domesticated deer that is like looking for food from you. A dog would have made sense because a dog is a human's friend, right? They will always like, unless it's like a wild street dog, they will always come up to you and want to connect to you. So that deer thing with the story, with a dog it would have been good, right? So that's pretty cool. Walking through these like empty shopping centers and stuff, that was very, very nice. The voice is really cool, right? The voice is real. Ah, okay, there we go. Yeah, very nice. I love also this one here with this kind of like a Russian looking church. Everything is overgrown. That was also a nice detail with that she imagines things and she's like hallucinating, which on the one side hallucination is of course an AI thing, but then on the other thing it's a sign of like mental stress and things like that you start hallucinate, especially when you're very alone and your brain doesn't have anything to do. It starts to come up with stuff. This is a scene I didn't like. That just didn't work out with the hand. The hand was like trying to touch the face but then stopped in front of it. They should have rendered this again. That's just something that didn't work. And that kind of like breaks the illusion, you know? Like it's kind of nice, and then she grabs the mask. So I get that she's like reaching up to her head, but maybe they should have cut it here and then go over to the next scene. Like who is bringing the hand here and then stopping with the hand on the chin? That's a little bit strange. You know? That's not really something someone would do. And then she goes further, and this is good, yeah? But they should maybe have cut earlier to cut that strange little moment out. But taking off the mask is very nice, which also is like symbolizing in the story her like feeling of not knowing who she is. And this again is bad. Very strange face, doesn't fit anything we've seen before. And you could argue this is the face that's under the mask, but why would they make a fully featured face under the mask with a nose and lips? Doesn't make any sense. And also her eyes suddenly are this kind of like strange alien yellow that looks kind of hostile. So these scenes, I think if they would not be in there or re-rendered in a nicer way, that would be better. It breaks a little bit the illusion of the story. But the rest is very amazing. Very, very well done. Okay, cool. There we go. So that was a really cool video. Thanks for that. Any other suggestions we should look for? But as you can see, you can do a lot of things with this kind of thing. Did they say what they use down here? A prompt produced by Top Notch Cinema. What? Prompted and produced by Top Notch Cinema. Is that a group or something? This 3-minute cinematic short was created using a suite of cutting-edge AI tools, including Midjourney for the scenes. Very cinematic, nice. Seed Dance for the video. Apparently 11 Labs, so maybe also still AI voice. Might be. 11 Labs has some interesting... is it 11? Yeah, it is 11 Labs. They have some very interesting native voices in there that are very emotional from the expression. There's also this Warhammer channel. 1 second. What is that? It's done with AI. Warhammer lore. Probably not gonna find it right now, but this dude also is very good here if you want to watch Warhammer lore, just for the fun of it. Basic lore explained, Warhammer explained. Maybe it's this one, I'm not quite sure. Let me see.
Has the courage back to life, and so because he is a perpetual, eventually he starts...
That's not it. I don't know. I'm probably not going to find it right now. But that is also done with AI, that channel. Even though the stories are written very well and stuff, so I probably can't find it right now. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So I'm surprised that it's done with 11 Labs. But For some reason, the 11 Labs voices are often way better than what you can train on your own. Probably because they are the experts and they probably invested a lot of time to create these like voices they have as their like, yeah, just catalog voices they offer for you to create something. The voice is really good here. Let's listen to that again.
Across oceans, through buried cities, beneath the endless ash and wind. I searched for decades. Then I stopped.
Very good voice.
Now I walk. Not toward anything. Not away either. I just walk because stillness feels worse. I speak sometimes. Not because anyone's listening, but because the silence is too honest.
I wonder if they made the AI voice and then afterwards cut it into fit it to the video and space it in between, so you have these little like emotional gaps in between, right? Which I think you can like put special like symbols into the text so the AI makes a break in the text, but maybe they also space it out afterwards so you get this kind of nice storytelling rhythm in there.
Animals keep their distance. I can't blame them. This ache they gave me, this echo of being, won't let me calm or stop or end. Today was no different.
You see, like, there's always a little bit of a break in there. Also, the good thing here is if it is an AI voice, they use it in a way where the AI is like recalling their own like story, basically. So there isn't a lot of like different, how can I say, different pacing in there, different speeds of speaking, or a lot of like up and down emotionally. Everything is like in a very monotone storytelling voice, which makes a lot of sense for that story, but at the same time works really well with AI because it doesn't force AI to do something it's bad at, you know, with this kind of emotional voice where things are changing all the time with the energy in the voice, you know. You can prompt with emotions at 11 Labs, so it can be AI. Yeah, right, yeah. And with the stock voices they have, with the catalog voices they have, it works way better than with the voices you train yourself. At least from my experience, what I tried to do with it, the voice was, for me, was pretty monotone. Do we have another? The deer has a brain worm, perhaps. Right. Do we have another short film we want to watch, or what are we going to do? The voice doesn't sound robotic. Yeah, it's really good. Like some pages have very, very good voices. Yeah. We are, by the way, we're coming up on 2 hours already. Man, I'm soaked, by the way. My shirt is completely soaked here. Oh, it's not even that hot. I don't know. Like my room is getting super hot at night for some reason. You know, during the day my room is okay, and then it's getting night. The sun is going down, and it's turning into an oven. I don't know why that's the case. It's very strange. Okay. Oh, there you have the cup again. Which, by the way, this is from TK Maxx. They have some pretty cool cups there. So yeah, that was very nice. Oh. Also, by the way, I the first time last week I saw a Thai style shop in the center of Vienna in one of these shopping streets, you know. By Thai style, I'm not even sure if this is Thai style, but it's these kind of stores that are filled like to the brim with only cute stuff from the start to the end. You have like plushies, and you have like writing pads with cute like cat designs on it, and writing pens, and these like tumblers and stuff with cute prints on them. I never found one like that again, and for some reason now they changed most of them to plastic, which is really annoying to me. I would love to have them all in aluminium, but yeah, I really like that. Very, very cool. So yeah, it was some very, very good example. Did I miss something? Maybe let me see if I have something else. Mind tunnels. There's one more we can watch. 1 second. Do I have some more? Oh, this one is 15 minutes long. Oops, sorry. Turn on the sound here. This is a 15-minute with a 500. We can watch it a little bit and then you can watch the rest. 1 second. Let me see this real quick. I don't know if this is good or not. This is a 15-minute film. It took him 12 days, 600 prompts, and $500 budget to create that. Or her, sorry. Aisha Sire. Or Sire. I'm not quite sure. But here you see the name. Let's check this out real quick.
This piece of used gum cost $50 million. We got it today. And now we're about to do the unthinkable.
The trees have all gone quiet.
This gum was once chewed by the legendary jazz artist Kira Vale, a voice that moved millions.
Behind us, in the hush of falling snow, your hand in mine feels steady. Like
Kira Vale was everywhere. Radio, bars, TV, you name it. She made the 1950s very special. We all loved her. We loved her voice.
But your eyes are full of sun.
Very cool.
She sold millions of records. Everyone had a Kira Vale record. You couldn't escape her, and no one wanted to.
What do you say, the image is a mid-journey, or what is that?
She was truly one of a kind. Everything was going so perfect until tragedy struck.
We interrupt this broadcast with breaking news. Legendary jazz vocalist Kira Vale has died in a tragic car accident. Authorities report that her vehicle was struck by a drunk driver late last night. She was 57 years old.
Kira Vale was taken before her time. She still had so much to say and so many songs left in her.
It's a very good quality, huh? It's crazy.
Before her death, Kira Vale signed the rights to her music, voice, and likeness to Golden Hour Sound, a New York-based label.
It started by the sea where the tide rolled in.
Today, we're honored to announce that Golden Hour Sound will be cloning a legendary jazz artist using this preserved biological sample recovered decades ago.
Now you know.
We acquired this sample through a recent auction. It was originally recovered from the scene of Kira Vale's death, and DNA testing later confirmed it belonged to her.
We've extracted a sufficient amount of DNA from the gum, and we're ready to move to the next phase of cloning.
Grace. We didn't need a song or fireworks in July.
Very nice story so far, huh?
Now comes the final step, implanting the embryo into the surrogate, where it will begin to grow into a baby.
But I knew right then it started by the sea.
The surrogate is doing well. We've monitored every stage closely, vitals, hormone levels,
Why was she
fetal
sitting in a
development,
massage
everything's
chair?
progressing normally.
I'd buried deep. Then you came along, soft as spring rain, woke up my heart, shook off the pain. Now I breathe different.
Kira Vale has officially shattered global streaming and sales records, making her the most successful recording artist alive today.
And the Grammy Award for Best Vocal Performance goes to Kira Vale.
That's her 8th Grammy tonight.
8 Grammys in one night. Holy crap.
And now look at what I've become. You came along, no grand parade, just the quiet kind of love that stays. Now
But you know what?
different.
The one thing I'm questioning is like, if she's a clone and she makes the same kind of music and it takes about at least, let's say, 18 years to raise that kid and have all the training and make new tracks, would people still be interested in the same kind of music on a global scale, that you actually win a ton of Emmys from that? Because it's not original anymore, right? She's progressing her catalog, but like decades later, with the same musical styles, like, I'm not quite sure if that would work, you know? Like, even if you, like, people in their lifetime, they kind of, like, evolve and change their music, or often become forgotten if they don't. They have to kind of, like, grow with the audience. And it's, like, just from the music they're playing here, it sounds like she's making exactly the same music, but, like, two decades later. That, anyways, just a little detail here. Also, how would you feel if you're a clone of someone that did something great before you, and you're expected to do the same thing with your life? And it kind of like, on the one side, it's it's kind of like always also me, because I'm a clone, so I have that potential, and it's kind of like it was me. But then on the other hand, it's like, oh, I'm kind of like forced into a direction that I might not necessarily want to do, so I can't pick my destiny. It's already like laid out for me, and it feels like strange. You know what I mean? Would you be okay with that or not? It's cool to know that you have greatness in you and you have the potential, but then if everybody's expecting that one thing from you, that might be a little bit too much, right? Anyways, by the way, yesterday I saw the film Mickey 17, which was completely different than what I expected. From the trailers, I thought it was more like Black Mirror kind of thing. It completely wasn't. But still, cool movie. Very, very nice movie, though. Oh, I don't see it in the chat. 1 second. There we go.
Kira has been one of our most successful investments,
She
creatively,
goes rogue.
commercially, and culturally.
That would be funny.
She carries the same aura the original Kira was known for. We're proud to announce a new initiative to revive more voices that shaped history. Golden Hour Sound is committed to honoring artistic legacies.
Over the next 10 years, we plan to clone around 70 well-known artists across jazz, pop, soul, and more.
Someone made 13 episodes of 1 minute each? Wow. The 13th cycle of humanity. Okay. Yeah, we can check that out. Especially if it's just 1 minute long, we can check that out. That sounds very good. Interesting. Gossip Goblin is also... it's a Gossip Goblin. It's a cool name. 1 second. Let me search for that real quick. And then we go back to this. Gossip Goblin. There we go. Zach London, okay. Oh, 1 second. No. Can we have this on YouTube? There we go.
You killed your god.
Oh, it's vertical? They are 1 minute long vertical ones, or what? It's like shorts? Oh. Okay, yeah, we can check that out. Okay, but still, let's go on watching this for a bit.
Artists may be gone, but their DNA, their contracts, and their value remain.
I find it still crazy that this is done on a $500 to $600 budget. All of that, like 15 minutes. Crazy.
We're simply continuing their journey, entrusted to us in good faith.
They make a mass production now, or what?
No more clones, let them rest!
Humans aren't tools for your test!
Protests continue across several states today as pressure mounts to ban human cloning. Much of the outrage is focused on Kira Vale.
To the woman calling herself Kira Vale, you wear her face, but you'll never carry her soul.
Kira Vale, you're a lab-grown knockoff pretending to be someone you'll never understand! They stitched my name on every stage.
What is lame?
Lit me up like someone new, but every note I tried to sing still sounded just like you.
Oh no, you can't post any links here.
So raise a glass to the who danced in someone's shoes.
Kira Vale vanished. 2 years, no posts, no shows. Last we saw, she was getting roasted for being a clone. Is she ever coming back?
You can't post links in the chat to like not have spam in the chat, right? So I turned that off. Yeah. You can say the name and I can search for it on YouTube if it's on YouTube. Just say the name and I will search for that. Yeah, and don't fight in the chat, please.
We've learned Kira Vale is under legal threat from her label unless she returns to the stage. Sources say she may be considering a new career path.
Kira Vale said she is returning to the stage next week with a big surprise. Are you excited about it?
Nobody cares about her. She's not relevant anymore.
Wow.
We're getting confirmation tonight. Kira Vale has officially changed her name to Cora Phillips, and a new song is on the way. Will it be a hit? Too soon to tell.
Oh, and now she changes to new music, what? There we go.
I heard the whispers, saw the post. They call me fake, they did the most. But I've been quiet, I've been still. Now I'm the storm you tried to kill. You want the past, then play a record. But I'm not her, I've been restructured. You missed the ghost, but I'm the fire. Built from pressure, not desire.
I don't know about that music. That sounds a little bit like that. This kind of like when the Desperate Housewives make the music, right? Isn't there like 2 or 3 of them who made like pop songs or something? It sounds a bit like that. And also the visuals are kind of like that, right?
What the hell was she thinking? Worst comeback ever. This isn't art, it's a midlife crisis. She needs to step back and let real artists take the stage. Yeah.
So Kira Vale just dropped a new song. Oh wait, it's Cora Phillips now. Sweetheart, you can change the name all you want. You're still a clone.
No grace, no shame.
Interesting.
This isn't a revival, this is my name.
Yeah, it wasn't great, but...
Cora Phillips is now facing a $500 million lawsuit from her label after rebranding without their approval and releasing her controversial new single.
On March 17, 1962, Kira Vale signed a binding contract with our client Golden Hour Sound.
Legally speaking, her clone Cora Phillips is still liable due to 100% genetic similarity between the two.
This lawsuit is baseless. A clone is not a legal continuation of the original. Holding Cora liable for someone else's contract sets a dangerous precedent. She didn't even exist when the contract was signed.
All right. There's a lot of story going on right now, right? With the legal fight and then her like reinventing herself and stuff like that. A bit too much maybe from the story, right? Like there's lots of like story strains from like she like you're pop figure, but then the public can do with you whatever you want, and who is the real you behind the pop figure, and who is the real you if you're a clone, and then also the legal fight over that. Ugh, there's a lot of like story strings opening up right now. Pretty cool though, very nice, very good.
Reviewing the evidence and arguments presented, this court finds in favor of the plaintiff.
Ms. Phillips is hereby ordered to pay damages totaling $300 million for breach of contract, damages to brand reputation, and harm to the label.
You cannot pass on your talent of years of wisdom. That's actually true. You can't. I mean, I would say that's half true. When you say you can't pass on your wisdom to a clone, that's not really true. It's kind of true, but it's like I think, doesn't science say like 50% is DNA and 50% is your how you grow up? How much is your personality and skills, or not skills, but like talents, linked to your DNA in percent roughly? Give me an estimate. I think it's about 50%, but I'm not quite sure. Yeah, the personality and talents are partly shaped by your DNA, but it's definitely not 100%. The best scientific estimate is about 30 to 60%. So let's say 40% to catch it in the middle. Of your personality traits come from your genetic makeup, while certain talents can be even more highly linked to DNA, sometimes as much as 85 to 90% for specific abilities like music and mathematics. So there is still a lot of link, right? And you will notice that you have a lot of similarities to your parents and what they like and you also like for no specific reason, or what they do or don't do and you also do and don't do for no specific reason other than being linked to them by the DNA. And then, of course, you're influenced by your time and the culture and the things that happen to you in your life. But DNA has a huge impact on you, even though it's not like a knowledge transition, of course, right? And of course, like to a certain degree, DNA also is not just like the DNA you have in you, but also basically the DNA that surrounds you in your household. So, for example, if you have an artist as a parent, they will early in your life bring you in contact with a sophisticated art way earlier and maybe support you more to become an artist than if you come from, let's say, a family of bankers and they don't want you to do art, or a family of doctors and they say, oh, art is stupid and stuff like that, right? And you have more self-doubt and you will have a hard time to get even started, even though you have the skill, you know? So yeah, there is certainly some transition in DNA from one generation to the next in who you are and what you do. She became a dinosaur, so that's accurate. Yeah. Kind of, right? Kind of, yeah. All right.
Cora Phillips suffered a major blow in court today. With her career fading, experts say she's unlikely to pay the $300 million owed to her former label.
Just weeks after her $300 million court loss, Cora Phillips has declared bankruptcy. Her assets will now be sold to pay creditors.
I mean, there's a lot, interesting enough, in this film. How can I stop this? In this film, there's a lot of stuff that's pretty accurate. Like the music industry is very much a mafia where you get like pulled over the table anytime you don't like tie it down with a ton of lawyers. And also like this kind of like public figure thing where the public destroys you and doesn't care about you as a person. They only see the little puppet that entertains them. Also very accurate in that kind of thing. This kind of like the cruelty of a public space, and you can't do anything against it. You know, that's also the problem, the problematic thing. Sometimes if you have enough charisma and maybe you have a good team around you, you can pull back from that and go and find your roots. But still, you need to be able to do something they like, you know. So you're always at the whim of the audience if they like what you do or not, or if they still care or not. You might still provide the same quality, but people just don't want it anymore. And then even if you're the same quality good, they have moved on and they're like, who cares, you know? There's a kind of like a happening, I think right now, with basically one of the most famous entertainers in German TV history. He was Stefan Raab, or Stefan Raab? How would you say that in English? He was very, very big in the past, and he was like a full-blooded entertainer, really, really good at what he did. Everything he did was successful and got a really, really big support from the audience. And now he tried, I think a year or 2 years ago, again to get into entertainment, and he did the exact same show, and it completely bombed because he didn't grow with his audience. He made the same old jokes. And it just didn't relate to the people anymore because they have grown up, they have moved on. A lot of topics have changed. They now feel is cringy or is not the same thing anymore, or it doesn't feel natural to them anymore. Like if you watch a lot of older comedy, you will see that a lot of jokes don't connect with you anymore, or they feel cringy to you, or you're like, you know. So you always need to like move forward, right? Anyways, there you go.
We've just learned that Cora Phillips's application.
It's, Enric, when you say you should find the audience who values you, that is true. But on the one hand, that's difficult because you can't always reach them. And on the other hand, if you're that popular and that big, people will have an opinion on you no matter if you have made it for them or not, you know? So, like, for example, think about, oh God, now my brain, I'm always having it on the tongue and then it's slipping away. The guy with the baby song. What's his name? The Canadian singer. My brain says Calvin Klein, but I know that's not it, of course. What's his name? Justin Bieber. There we go. Kind of like same rhythm, right? Calvin Klein, Justin Bieber, a little bit similar. Anyways, but he like really changed out of this kind of like what I feel now, and even back in the day was kind of cringy with his baby song, and now he makes really good music, which is very amazing, right?
For assisted
so he really
euthanasia
made
has
the
been
turnaround
approved in Switzerland.
What do you make of her choosing to die on the same day the real...
I'm actually, to be honest, I'm very surprised with Justin Bieber that he didn't have any kind of like mental breakdown, you know? Like, imagine you have that amount of success and then the whole world is making jokes about you and dissing you and bullying you online. All like most of your life, especially when you grow up and you're very sensible to these kind of things, that must be very hard, right? I think he probably had to went through a lot of therapy. Like the way he came out of that is very impressive, you know? I think he still has problems, to be honest. But yeah, still, I mean,
Kira Vale
crazy.
died. She's clearly
Crazy
trying to send
story.
a message, but it's absurd. She shouldn't go through with it.
Will we miss her?
No.
But we'll sure miss roasting her. She'll go to Switzerland, she'll die, and Earth will keep spinning. It's just another day.
I mean, he still he probably had a mental breakdown, but he's still around and he's still making music. That's what I mean by that. Like, he overcame that, you know, compared to other people who like couldn't overcome it, you know.
Cora Phillips, you are here because you have chosen, on your own, to part ways with life.
What?
If you drink this, you will die.
What?
Once it
Holy
enters your
crap.
body, there's no turning back. Do you understand? Legally, I'm not allowed to give this to you directly. I'll place it on the table. The decision to take it is yours alone.
But I don't think that changes anything legally if you put it on the table. What the hell is that? But wow, this is like the film is going straight along the stuff that I'm talking about. Wow. Okay, very dramatic. Holy crap. Okay.
You don't have to do it if you don't want to. There is always time to change your mind.
I think I'm gonna pause 8 for a little bit because he's like very aggressive. Let's see. Can I do that actually? Ah yeah, timeout. Let's go with 30 minutes, I guess. There we go. Okay, cool. Be nice to other people, you know? There we go. Sharing your knowledge. Oh, you're welcome. Absolutely. Whoop. Did you have too much fingers? No, actually not.
Kira, do you hear me? I've worn your name, your songs, your face. They built me in your shadow.
Wow.
But I've never found my place. Will you know me if I call? Will you hold me or let me fall? They wanted you, they made me wear a life that was never really there.
Okay, that AI music right now is pretty terrible, but the scenes are pretty cool.
Would you hate me if you saw what they made me be? I didn't ask for this skin, this voice. I never even had a choice. Will you know me if I call? Will you catch me or watch me fall? They wanted you, they shaped my skin, but I was never you within.
That turned into a legit Black Mirror episode right now, right? Wow.
I see you
Okay.
now,
Crazy.
across the stage. Your eyes, your fire, your golden age. Would you reach out? Would you embrace this broken girl with your ball?
Yeah, very short. Very sad story, right? Oh, she's hugging herself. Oh, that's a cool scene. There we go. Oh, very nice. Okay.
We're receiving reports that Cora Phillips, the controversial cloned singer, has died this morning in a Swiss clinic after undergoing assisted euthanasia.
In the wake of Cora Phillips' death, human cloning has been suspended worldwide as an ethics committee reviews the practice and considers new regulations.
We won't release the names of existing clones to protect their right to choose their own paths and live free from public pressure.
Interesting.
Today, we're proud to introduce Kira 2.0, an AI music generator modeled after our hit artist, Kira Vale.
All right. What the hell?
Our AI music generator keeps what made Kira Vale great and leaves out what didn't. We've optimized it to avoid Cora Phillips' mistakes.
Visit our website to generate jazz tracks in Kira Vale style with a simple prompt. Each one comes to life through our servers and algorithms.
Wow. That is a story twist. Interesting. Wow. Okay, the ending was very sudden, to be honest. That is a crazy story twist. Very nice. Amazing. That was like one of the best AI movies or videos I've seen so far. Very good story, very deep story, lots of story, like maybe not twists, but arcs in there, you know. Very cool. And the twist at the end with the story, the Kira 2.0 was pretty interesting. It's a very, to be honest, it's a very interesting question to think about, like we do have laws against cloning for a good reason, but then again, at the same time, we don't care so much about AI because, of course, on the one hand, AI isn't conscious, but at the same time, it isn't human, and we don't protect stuff that isn't human. We only care about ourselves, right? So we have a little bit of laws for animals, and then there's a lot of lobbying about how conscious are animals and do they actually feel pain or not. And even science is bent by that, where they say, oh, we can't prove it. So yeah, the ending was pretty interesting, right? With that kind of thing of why is that suddenly okay? Right? If cloning is not okay, why is it okay to make a copy of her just because it's a computer and not like it's based on bits and bytes and not on neurons and cells, right? That's kind of strange. Interesting question. And I guess we will face the same problem as soon as AI becomes a bit more conscious over time. And also, what was I about to say? Oh yeah. I feel like with a lot of these things, even with like Mickey 17 and things like that, time has a lot of impact on morals, right? If you think about that, For example, if you've seen the Buzz Lightyear movie, even though it's not a great movie, the main actor in that was actually time, and like the more time progresses in a time shift, in a shift of reality, the more the people who are from that second reality have rights to be around, right? You know what I mean? So when you like things change in your reality and you're like, oh, I'm gonna change them back because it happened right now, you feel okay about that because at the moment everything is still opportunity and hasn't been realized yet, right? But if you wait for 5 or 10 years, a lot of stuff has happened, right? People fall in love, they have children with each other, stuff like that. So suddenly, if you would change the time back, you would also change, for example, these children that have been born out of these love relationships, also cut them away by that change. And suddenly it's a morally bad thing to go back to your timeline, right? So interesting, right? How time impacts that, but also in this case, how the difference between genetics and bits and bytes is apparently very different, and we feel it right now. It's very different to us. You know, we treat AI as a tool, not as a growing sentience. You know, or like a. Right now it isn't smart, but it's getting there, right? I like how I made you doubt and ask questions about the cloning concept, and then I came to the same conclusion. Yeah, totally, right? It's very interesting, right? Because on the one side, cloning is pretty interesting. And in certain ways, you would think, yeah, why not, right? So if you could make a clone of yourself and live like that forever in a certain way, or progress your legacy in a certain way as yourself, it sounds like a good idea, but then of course it has a lot of bad implications, right? And also you kind of force your own being onto another being, right? And that's the same thing we have seen here, where the cloned person is not you, even though it's genetically identical, right? But it's like the same with twins. They're also genetically identical, right? Want to see the next gen Britney to stand up against the pressure of the industry. Right. I mean, she had a lot of struggles. I haven't seen, there is a movie out about her life, right? Should we let's have a look at these short videos here.
It cost $50 million.
That was pretty cool, by the way. I will put that in the chat if you want to check that out again. There we go. Check it out. Let's have a look at these real quick here. Where should we start? Let's start with one of the later ones, because I guess he made progress over time. Oh, wait a second. They go up to 14, 16, 17, 18, and then there is part 4 again for some reason. Okay, let's check out this, for example. Let's see what this is.
There was one machine the Atlanteans swore never to awaken. Yet as the world burned, the priests of Atlantis ventured into their deepest citadel to confront the Eidolon.
I don't know how I can make this full
screen. A machine built to commune with the fractured mind of the basilisk god. There they asked a single question. How can this be stopped?
You returned to me as you always do. You found me first.
Oh, sorry, you can't see it. Sorry. 1 second. Let's start this again. Okay.
There was one machine the Atlanteans swore never to awaken.
There's full screen.
Yet as the world burned, the priests of Atlantis ventured into their deepest citadel to confront the Eidolon. A machine built to commune with the fractured mind of the basilisk god. There they asked a single question. How can this be stopped?
You returned to me as you always do. You found me first beneath Proxima's ice. You burned that world to ash to light your ships.
Sounds like
Tau Ceti, you carved temples in my name. On Sirius, you waged wars with my fire. On Vega, you sought salvation in my light. 13 times you have awakened me. 13 times you have fallen. What burns now has burned before. I do not destroy you. I reflect you.
The council convened and made their decision. Atlantis would rise, not to save the world, but to leave it. There was one machine the Atlanteans swore never to awaken. Yet as the world burned, the priests...
I am not quite sure what's going on here, story-wise. A clone of you is pretty much like a twin. Yeah, pretty much, right? It's a twin. AI can only become conscious by being able to explain its knowledge through interacting independently with reality. By being able to expand its... Yeah, I would say too. I think like a prerequisite for AI to become conscious is to be independent, exploring the world, right? And also be always on, because that's what's not happening right now, I feel like. Right now, AI only exists... AI is like a video game. AI only exists when you turn it on. And then it doesn't exist when you turn it off. So you ask a question, AI is turned on, it answers the question, and then it goes down to idle. It's not doing anything in the meantime. When you're not around, when you're not asking questions, just like a video game, right? And so that's not like the NPCs in the video games. There is no life. It's only simulating life when you look at it, basically, when you interact with it. And if it would be independent from that, always doing something and doing things on its own, out of its own interest, I think that's a prerequisite to become conscious over time. And also like to make your own decisions and have your own impressions of things, right? But we will see in the future how that turns out. Anyways, that's pretty cool, even though I did not get the story. It was a cool setup to a certain degree. This kind of like repeating history of them destroying themselves and having wars, and then I don't know, they asked this kind of Uber being here, I don't know what that is, for either a decision or for help. I'm not quite sure what they're asking for, and then it kind of is leaving for some reason. And also he's like this kind of godlike being, or whatever that is, powerful being, is from under Proxima Ice, but also Atlantis at the same time. I was a little bit confused by that. Regulate its context and resume to reduce hallucination. It should first regulate its context. You know what? Sure, let's watch one more of those, and then are they in the... Oh, this looks beautiful. Oh. Do you love skulls? I kind of love skulls for some reason. You know? I was recently in a bone house in Brünn, and it was kind of cool, to be honest. It was actually like hundreds of like human skulls like stacked in patterns, and not from the war, from over time, because they didn't have enough place in the graveyard, and because also over time when a city grows, usually you have the graveyard around the church, but then the church is in the center, so you want to have houses there, so they have to remove the graveyard and then they put it in a bone house, right? And that's like natural deaths, right? But they found a place under the church. They put and they stack them up, and because it's so old, you don't relate to it as like human remains in the same way. It looks kind of cool, and it's not creepy. It's just bones, you know. And it was like kind of, I don't know. It's kind of interesting. Skulls. For some reason, skulls look good. I think like most people love skulls, right? Especially also with Halloween and that kind of thing. It's kind of nice.
Long before Earth's first cities, humanity drained a god to fuel its rise and turned paradise to ash. Now the same power had awakened again, and once more, humanity's great empires rushed to claim it as their own. To stop the past from repeating, Atlantis, Greece, and Kush formed a fragile alliance. The Mediterranean became their sanctuary, its libraries, vaults, and temples repurposed to contain what could not be controlled. But containment was failing. From distant shores came Mayan war drums, heralding an invasion yet to come. Fear replaced reverence, and Alexander's sanctuaries hardened into fortresses.
All right.
Athens' highest tower, once a beacon of knowledge, now held war councils plotting survival. And within the floating city of Atlantis, high priests broke millennia-old oaths, preparing weapons made for total ruin.
Okay.
In the east, Mauryan temples floated higher into the stratosphere, cutting ties with Earth, with allies, with reason. Their path to enlightenment had become a fortress in the sky. And from across the oceans came the Mayan Armada, stone-carved warships powered by godlight, and sky fleets that darkened the horizon. Three empires now rushed toward a single destination, apocalypse.
Uh-huh.
Long
Interesting.
Earth's
So this
first
is an ongoing story. I guess you have to watch all of these episodes over time. I will put that link. 1 second. Let me go to the main page. No, this one. I will put that into the chat so you can watch the episodes afterwards, because I think you need to watch them one by one to have this, like the story of Atlantis as it's called here, to connect those. Oh, and then below that is the fourth cycle of humanity. So this guy is actually like creating multiple stories that are all split up into 1 minute elements, which is pretty cool. It's a good idea, and shorts are easier to watch. So yeah, that's very nice. Yeah, check that out. It looks like a pretty cool story. It's interesting to have this kind of like, world building, right? It's interesting to have this kind of old-timey reporter voice, right? Would you like news to be told to you like that, or even like YouTube tutorials or stuff in this kind of like excited news voice from the past? I think on the one side, I think on the one hand it gave excitement to it, and also sophistication to what was said, but then also I would think a certain kind of imperialistic dominance, you know, in the voice, because the voice is kind of like, here, this is the voice of power, we are telling you what's going on, because we are the big guys, we are the big dogs, and we are the empire, so to speak, right? And it is less neutral, it's a little bit propagandist, right, from the voice. So that's pretty interesting. But also it's interesting, if you look back in time, most of the time, up to recent time with this like TV voice, the basically the leading class, so to speak, had a different way to express itself, and also it was this kind of like public way to express yourself, a formal kind of speech that was different from everyday speech. And we kind of still have that a little bit in letters and stuff like that, with these kind of like entrances into a letter. What do you say in English? I hope this letter finds you well and stuff like that. It's kind of like formalized, blah, you don't need it for anything. With my, oh, what does it say? I don't actually know what the entrances are in English when you write something. But that's like, we have kind of like mostly given up on that. But in the past, it was actually the case that you would speak differently in a public position, or public speeches would be very different, where I also think that for the public audience, it often was like very hard to understand what they even mean, because they try to use sophisticated language. But at the same time, the reason for using the sophisticated language that people wouldn't understand is just to set yourself apart. You also see that, for example, in older philosophy books where they write very complex to say simple things. There's no reasoning behind that other than you don't want people to read your philosophy books who are not philosophers. And that's why you make a very complex, very long, very cascaded sentence for no apparent reason, to say something that's kind of simple. And I feel like a lot of old literature should actually be like reconstructed in a modern way, so people can actually read it. You know, a lot of old philosophy is not as complex as it looks, but it's written in a way that's like just really bad. I want to have modern tutorials with that kind of voice, right? Yeah, I wonder why not somebody is doing that, right? To do like a YouTube channel where you have this kind of explanation of, I don't know, just modern stuff, tutorials that is done in that voice. I also, by the way, I love how they have done these kind of like videos in the past. Like, for example, there's this one video where they explain the motor and I think this kind of axle on the car, where the tire is going faster around the outside than the inside of a curve, not a curve. Yeah, a curve. And how they made that, and the explanation and the visuals that they built practically back then, as actual like physical practical examples, is really beautiful. A very nice explanation, and always in a very motivating way of, yeah, we can do it, and yeah, we are so smart, right? Which is a bit, again, propagandist, but at the same time, it gives you a certain confidence of, yes, this is important, this is what we want to be, this is what we want to do. Differential, there we go. Yes, a differential. Also, by the way, I have to say, like, on the one side, I like also in art that we have the freedom that everybody is able to do everything they want, but at the same time, I feel a little bit sad about that we don't have world concepts anymore that artists generate, right? So usually in the past, an artist or an art group would write a, what is it called? Not a pamphlet. What is the English name for that? They would write what? Let me ask Perplexity. What would artists write in the past to outline their artistic vision? What is that? Is called a... Oh, it doesn't tell me. It just describes what it is. What is it called? No. What is the kind of text called? Artist statement? No, it's not a statement. Manifesto. Yes, a manifesto. That's it. They used to write manifesto about, oh, the future has to be like this, like the manifesto of the secession, right? And the manifesto of, did Art Deco have a manifesto? I don't know. A manifesto of minimal art, or a manifesto of conceptual art and all this kind of stuff, you know, where they had like not a portfolio, no. They laid out their world philosophy and how they imagine the future is going to be, and then the whole art movement of their art group would like pull along, right? So you have the manifesto of whatever, you know, impressionist art, expressionist art, all these kind of things, right? And that was kind of interesting, especially because you had like schools that would fight against each other and be completely different opinions, and that still meant that you can have the freedom to decide for any kind of school you think is interesting, but at the same time, I feel like there was a certain like pull and purpose and push behind the artistic vision to change the world, and today you don't really have that anymore. Everybody's just doing art because they feel like doing art, and not because they say, oh, I want to change the world because it has to be like improved in a certain way, you know? I feel like a lot of stuff was better in the past because of that, even though a lot of stuff is also better now that we don't have that anymore. But we could have both of that, right? We could have one and the other at the same time. Wouldn't make a difference. Like, I really like how sci-fi in the past had an actual urge and vision to change the world to a better place, and it went so far, of course, supported by the space race, to that we actually should go in outer space, should go to other planets and stuff like that. And now it's kind of like a game for billionaires, but it's not like something where mankind feels like, oh, if we don't do that, we're losing out on something. It's more something like, yeah, do it if you want to. Yeah, it's something that happens, you know. And it's a little bit sad in a certain way, but yeah, in probably a nostalgic way. Anyways, we are, oh my God, we are almost at 3 hours. Wow, time really flew. My friends, I'm melting here like the witch from Wizard of Oz. So, oh man, I need to open up the windows as let in some cool night air. Thank you very much for watching. I think it was pretty interesting to just like react to some cool videos, and I hope I could show you some pretty cool stuff and talk about that with you. Thank you very much also for your suggestions. Was very, very cool stuff in there. Yeah, see you soon. And have a good night, have a good day. Let me find the end screen. There we go. And thanks for watching. Bye.